Frigg was the most affected by Baldur's loss, and insisted that someone should ride into the realm of the dead to search for her son. She was willing to offer Hel, the ruler of the underworld, as much ransom as she demanded. Since Baldur had not fallen in battle, he was denied entry to Valhalla. Hermod, known as the Swift and Brave, also a son of Odin, volunteered. Odin entrusted him with Sleipnir, his mighty horse. Hermod mounted Sleipnir and galloped away. He rode for 9 days and nights through deep, dark valleys until he finally reached the noisy river Gjöll. He approached the Gjöll bridge, which was covered in bright gold and shone brilliantly. A young warrior, weary from battle, guarded the bridge to the realm of the dead and questioned the rider about his name and origin. "Just yesterday," said the guardian, 5 troops of dead warriors rode over the bridge, but under your hoofbeats, it thunders much louder. "Why do you, a living being, ride on the way to hell?" asked the guardian. Hermod replied that he was searching for Baldur and asked if she had seen him on the way to hell. "Baldur passed here over the Gjöll bridge," confirmed the guardian. "The path leads north from here." Hermod continued his journey until he reached the gate of the underworld, which was considered insurmountable for the living. Hermod dismounted from Sleipnir, loosened its bridle, mounted the mightiest horse of the gods again, spurred it on, and jumped over the gate without touching a single bar of the gate. Before Hel's hall, Hermod dismounted, walked through the door, and found his brother Baldur sitting on a high seat with a drinking horn. In the gold-adorned hall, Baldur and his wife Nanna were seated. Hermod took a place on a bench beside them, and the brothers talked together deep into the night. The next morning, Hermod demanded of Hel, the ruler of the underworld, to release Baldur so that he could ride back with him to the Aesir. Hermod described the deep sorrow of the Asgardians, how much Frigg mourned the death of her innocent son, and how the gods were concerned about the fate of the worlds, for Baldur's death had encouraged the enemies of the world. "Is Baldur really as beloved as you claim?" asked Hel. After Hermod assured that even the fiercest frost, giants were well disposed towards Baldur, Hel declared that Baldur could return to the Asgardians if all living beings and inanimate things in all worlds mourned for Baldur. But Hel added, "If even one being refuses to shed real tears, Baldur will remain in my hall." Then Baldur and Nanna rose from their high seat and accompanied Hermod out of the hall. As a remembrance, Baldur gave Hermod the ring Draupnir for Odin. Nanna gifted Frigg a precious linen cloth that she had worn at her own burial, and also handed Hermod a golden ring. Hermod rode back on Sleipnir as quickly as the horse could carry him, and reported to the gods everything he had heard and seen. The Asgardians deliberated and sent messengers to all worlds, asking to weep Baldur back from the underworld, and all beings did so, gods and humans, plants and animals, the earth and the stones, the wood, and every metal. It is said that things can weep when they move from cold to warmth, and so they mourned for Baldur. All beings and things, from elves and dwarves shedding tears to all giants, including mountain giants and fierce frost giants, were united in their mourning for Baldur. Never before had such unity been seen among the various beings. Frigg anxiously awaited the return of her son Baldur. However, when he did not return, Valkyries were sent out again to investigate. They found a giantess in a cave with dried-up eye sockets. The Valkyries asked the giantess to weep for Baldur so that he could be released from Hel's realm. But the giantess wiped dry tears from her eyes and said, "Baldur is of no use to me, neither in life nor in death. Let Hel keep what belongs to her." The giantess, known as Thuk, which translates to thanks, refused to shed real tears. Upon their return, the Valkyries reported to the Asgardians that Thuk was in fact Loki, who had transformed himself. Loki, known for sowing discord, had decided not to mourn for Baldur, ultimately leading to Baldur's continued stay in the underworld. The Valkyrias recognized Loki by his eyes when they encountered the supposed giantess Thuk in the cave. Due to this realization, the gods confronted Loki. However, Loki persistently denied having transformed into the giantess. Instead, he claimed that Hel herself had taken the form of the giantess to maintain the order of the worlds. According to Loki, it would be problematic if Hel made an exception, as then every deceased could demand their return to life from her. Despite Loki's objections, the Asgardians trusted the Valkyries and their observations. They believed that Loki indeed had taken the form of the giantess Thuk to keep Balder in the underworld. This knowledge led to the severing of all ties between Loki and the other gods, as they viewed his actions as a betrayal